Alright, I'm just gonna go over the trade I took 19th of May. So these were the two ideas. First one was based off of this inversion. I was bearish. Second one based off a proper retrace into a high time frame gap. So first one I wanted to see was actually a retrace into this gap because I thought that was sponsored by this 1 hour gap, but we just blasted through that. The first reaction that we got out of it was this inversion out of that high time frame 1 hour gap. But the issue was that stop loss was open liquidity, and that was the reason that this trade got stopped out. So that was the first thing that I learned yesterday, was to make sure that stop loss is at a point of high resistance, not an area of open liquidity. Then the second trade that we got was much better because we had no other reason to go further. We retraced into this 15-minute gap, which was sponsored by a 1 hour gap, and that was the ideal play for the day. Really nice inversion there. And once we used that 15, which was a high time frame gap, then there was no reason for us to push up higher. Could be argued that we didn't actually have a resweep, sorry. But honestly, I think there was enough displacement with this trade that a resweep wasn't needed. I also spotted this trade idea, which was pre-market open out of this 5-minute sponsored gap, this being the 1 hour gap that we're moving out of, and a short. But yeah, the stop loss wasn't protected for the first trade that I took, just based off of this one inversion, because we had a 15-minute gap above. But I also think, like, today stop loss wasn't protected for the first trade. Second trade it was protected because it was an area of high resistance, but we had a 1 hour gap right beneath it. I think it meant that it was protected because we had high resistance area, and then we got the valid trade. But yeah, I just need to do a lot of back testing with this protected stuff. But yeah, that was that day. And this was, yeah, that was a trade. I had a break-even point here, but I don't think that was valid because it wasn't enough breathing space, and it wasn't actually a real area where we could see a valid inversion. It was just a 5-minute gap, so that's being a lower time frame gap. And we got a lot of displacement, really nice inversion, so I don't think that was a valid break-even point. Technically did get a resweep here and tap into here, so I think that was protected. High resistance, closed liquidity, not open. I think that was a valid trade.